One of the things I love about being in the wedding industry is working with so many passionate creatives who not only love what they do, but really care about who they do it for. As one half of a wedding portrait and film team myself, we were able to sit down with a few vendors we love and have a raw, no-frills conversation about how these wedding professionals got started. We talk about their opinions in the industry, how they show up for others, red flags couples should be looking out for, and other hilariously shocking moments they've encountered while helping couples say, I do. By the way, if you're curious about how to find a wedding photographer that fits into your vision for your big day, check out our $10 Vibe Guide. It's a downloadable tutorial that walks you through the steps of defining your style. Welcome to Vendors We Love.
Oh, hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
It's good. You look so pretty. Tell me about what's happening today. I'm so glad I was able to capture you today. What's happening today?
This is my 5-year wedding anniversary.
Yay.
And we're being extra because
I love it.
I love to.
Yes. Well,
Why
this is
not?
how I know we were supposed to connect because, we do photo shoots every year, so I get it. Yes. Well, you are a wedding professional as well. I love it. Tell us who you are. Like, people want to know, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Ariel. It's actually my husband and myself.
Oh, yay!
So we are wedding planners, wedding coordinators.
Okay.
We call our company Effortless Sentiments.
Okay.
And that is because it should be an effortless process
Absolutely,
for everyone.
yes.
For vendors like yourself, for the couples, for the venues, we want to make it effortless. So whatever we have to do to make that happen, we want to do it.
Love it.
And we started doing small events
Okay.
years and years back, but after our wedding experience,
Yes.
I said, you know what, I could probably do that.
Yep.
And maybe just a little bit better.
Yes.
And so I just started here and there. Some people gave me some chances,
Mhm.
and it just took off. I always say weddings chose me because I used to do so many other things. But those first 2 or 3 weddings hit, and it just took off, and it's been amazing.
That's so good. So weddings chose you. It wasn't like a pre-planned thing. You just knew.
No,
Or it found you.
I was doing everything. I was
Okay.
doing bridal showers, baby showers. I was all over the place. But the first couple of weddings, it was like, this is giving me.
Okay.
It's giving
It
me.
was a thing. You felt
yes,
it.
the warmth. I felt the passion, and I was like, if I can make money off of doing something that will make me cry happy tears,
Yes.
I want to do that.
I love it. You know, when my husband and I do our thing, we have a certain couple in mind. There's a certain aesthetic. Obviously, as photographers, we have a lane that we like to stick in, like to deal in. Tell me about your ideal couple. Who are you a best fit for?
My ideal couple, first of all, they're relatable.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to have a certain vibe established.
Okay.
Everyone's different. We all come from different backgrounds, but they're easygoing. They're flexible. They have a budget in mind.
Yes.
So, like, if we're talking about pen and paper, an ideal client for me, you already have your budget established. You have like a direction that you want, and you just need some assistance to
There
make
you
it
go.
happen.
Okay.
I can't pull. I
Ideas
don't
out
have
of
telepathy
you.
powers.
Right.
So I can't pull it all out. Sometimes I can, but you already know what you want. You got your budget. May or may not have your venue, but you know that you're ready to put in some work.
Got you.
No drama.
Oh yes. Well.
So I've had couples that come in and then within like 2 or 3 meetings realizing they're not on the same page. So bride wants this, grooms want this, bride wants to be in or out, like, and it's like drama. And I literally and they're lovely people.
Yeah.
But I have to learn to lay those boundaries. I can't do drama. I cannot give you what you want
If you
and
don't
him
want
what he wants if y'all don't want the same thing.
Exactly.
I don't do that.
Exactly. So how do you vet? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
fine.
But how do you vet? How do you? What ways do you make sure that you're getting the right couple to you?
So that is still a learning process for
Okay.
me. I'm so excited by the fact that people trust me with
Yeah.
their events. So in the beginning, it was very much, if you trust me, I want to prove myself to you. So I didn't think about vetting at all. Nowadays, we have a thorough consultation, and I'm asking those deep questions. It's not just, so how'd you guys meet? How'd you guys? I'm getting in your business because this is a relationship we're starting.
Exactly.
You know, this is something that's going to be for months and months and months. I have to make sure that we fit. And if we don't have a vibe established in the beginning,
Yes.
then when things get heavy, we can be bumping heads, and we can't have that.
I tell my couples that all the time.
And then seeing how realistic they are, right? So I'll be like, what's your budget? Okay, what do you see us getting for that budget? Because it's not going to look like all of Instagram and Pinterest.
Right.
Not always.
Yeah.
So seeing how realistic they are and how flexible they are.
Okay.
My ideal client also knows that the goal is the courtship. The goal is to get married. And I think that where I get lost is where people get too wrapped up in the aesthetics.
Yeah.
Not that those are not important, because they are.
Yeah.
But you're marrying your life partner.
Yeah.
So that should be the goal.
Absolutely.
And I've seen people get too carried away and stressed out about decor or flowers or just things that don't matter. So my ideal client is grounded.
Okay.
And knows what the priority is.
Absolutely. That's good to know. So in my world, creative world or whatnot, I always have to go into a project either knowing that I'm the technical person or the creative person. And it sounds to me that you are very much the logistical technical person. Come to me with details. Don't expect me to like dream for you. I need the real like deal.
And I can, but that's not my role.
Okay.
I love it because I'm a girl and I like stuff. Yeah. But that's not my role. And I think people oftentimes get confused between a venue stylist or decorator and a wedding planner. We're not the same person. We can be the same person.
Right.
But
we're not.
We're not.
Exactly.
And if you want us to be, it's going to look like that on your invoice.
Okay. So listen, yes, you got to know your worth. They charge your worth. I have heard some horror stories, and in the wedding industry, it actually breaks my heart to know that people are playing with people's money. Like, this is supposed to be the greatest day of someone's life. Well, one of the greatest days. What are red flags that you suggest couples look out for when hiring an event planner or a coordinator?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think red flags for a wedding planner, or really any vendor, is really red flags for any vendor. But for wedding planners specifically, I would think rushing you to commit. Right? Because as a wedding planner, I know how serious that relationship is. I know that just as much as I need to be feeling you, you got to be feeling me.
Absolutely.
If a planner is rushing you to commit to them, or is like throwing you deals after you're taking them all, like, well, if you book today, that's red flaggish to me.
Yes, girl talk.
I'm in this for the money.
Absolutely.
It's giving, I just want your money, and if I take my prices in a little bit, will you then give me your money? No. Let that, and I always say, the best of luck on your search. And if you find someone that you vibe with better than me, then congratulations.
Absolutely.
But it is a relationship. So red flag if they're pressuring you or if that vibe isn't right.
Yeah. And there's so many people getting married. Like, the one thing that I find in the wedding industry is that it's legit booming. Like, there's always somebody getting married. And I feel like if vendors are being that way, then they've got some growing to do themselves. I'll say that, because if you know how to relate to people and you know who your person is, you're not.
I feel like you can tell when a vendor is in it for the passion and when they're in it for the coin. And no shame, but I am in a space now where I'm allowed to be particular about who I want around me, both personally and professionally, and I choose to only deal with vendors who are in it for the passion, because that creates a safe work environment for me. That creates, I keep using the word vibe, but that's what it's about. I want to feel warm and fuzzy even as I'm making my money, even at work.
I love it. I had a whole vibe guide on my site. I took it down because I'm reviving it, but or redoing it. But yes, it's all about the vibe. That's legit how we work. When is a good time for a couple to solidify their planner? So I know there's a difference between a coordinator, a day of coordinator, and a full process planner. When should they have that planner solidified?
So it really depends on the kind of bride they are.
Okay.
Right. So some brides, no, they don't know what they're doing, and I love that. Because don't act like you know what you're doing. It's a very important day. Yeah. And if you don't know, baby, come on, let me help you.
Exactly.
But so if you are the bride who knows that you need help, wedding planner needs to be your first stop.
Yeah. Okay.
It needs to be your first stop. The only things that I would ever suggest doing before is establishing your budget and your guest list, your guest count, because that's going to be the first assignment I give you. Okay. I need to know how much money you're willing to spend, so I know where to delegate funds, and how many people you're planning to feed.
Okay.
If you're a more of a do-it-yourself kind of bride and you feel like you're up to the challenge, I can come in at maybe after you find your venue. Okay. And you have those, but it needs to be very early on because it's less of a mess to clean up.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. So early, in terms of months though, how many months do you feel it takes to get the process fully?
That's different for every bride, every wedding. I could plan you a wedding for this evening.
Oh.
If you're a simple-minded bride and you are focused on the goal and you don't care about all this, that, and that, we can do it. The timeline is going to be so personalized for each couple. Okay. If you want the glitz and the glam and you want every vendor necessary, we need at least a year. Okay. But I've done 6 months, I've done 3 months, I've done 9 months. It just depends.
Okay, that's good to know. So every bride is different, and it's important for the bride and groom, I guess the couple, to know themselves and to be realistic about.
You have to be realistic.
I love that.
But you can plan. We planned our wedding. Mm-hmm. We planned our wedding in exactly 6 months.
Oh, did we do 6 months? I feel like, yeah. I mean, thank God we had my parents, because I'm the creative. So I'm like, ooh. And yeah, it was tough reining me in. So yes, we need people like you. I will definitely say that. Okay, so can you explain the differences between a full-blown coordinator and a full-blown planner and a day of coordinator, and what you should lean towards if you're like this kind of person?
Okay, so your planner is going to be the person riding with you since day one.
Okay.
She's going to help you figure it all out.
Okay.
She's going to give you direction through your planning process, give you a priority list, your timelines, everything. She's also going to be your day of coordinator.
Okay.
She's going to be executing all your hard work.
Okay.
Her hard work.
Yeah.
Now, your day of coordinator, she doesn't have to be involved in all that.
Okay.
She can come in. I have a month of, I don't do day of, because that's just asking for trouble. But for a month of, you can come in at the last minute. Give me everything you got, girl.
Okay.
If you were a DIY bride, give me everything you got. And I'm going to comb through and make sure you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
Making sure you're not getting screwed over by any vendors.
Yeah.
And she's going to execute the bride. Yeah. She's going to execute the bride's hard work. So I always say you can't get your hair and makeup done and greet your vendors or help your DJ find an extra extension cord. Or, you can't be a bride and a vendor at the same time. So on that day, the coordinator's going to come in and she's going to execute for you.
Absolutely. And I, as a photographer, I mean, we call ourselves like Day of Besties, and we're doing a lot of, we have worked with DIY brides who are legit like, do this, do that. And I'm like, oh, they needed someone there to help make sure all those details, and obviously folks' budgets are different and all that, but it really does make a difference.
It does, because if you don't have a coordinator, if there's no day of coordinator, then it becomes you.
Yeah.
Because you have all these shots that you have to get in, you have the timeline, and it's like, oh, the photographer didn't tell. It's unfair.
Yeah.
So if you have at least a coordinator there to kind of ground everything together and assist your vendors as they do their job, it just makes for such a
better experience overall.
Yes.
Yeah. They show it better in pictures too, because you're not like, oh, I gotta do this. We have more time to focus on you and like get you to relax and find your vibe and all that. So I get it. Look, I'm serious. Your work is amazing. The type of work you do is definitely necessary, and I think there's such a people love the creative aspect of it, but they don't always realize how much they need the technical parts of it. We did a wedding together, and I know for me that was one of like the craziest moments I have seen. I've seen a little worse, but we definitely did a wedding where we saw someone pass out, and it was a thing.
That's definitely the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yes, I think I'll put it out of my memory sometime, because that was, you can't plan for that.
Not at all.
You cannot plan for that.
Not at all.
So yeah, we had a groomsman pass out in the middle of the ceremony, and everything just stopped.
Yep.
And the reaction time, it's like aunties
Frozen.
are moving fast. I'm like, I'm through the ceremony doors. I'm like, we need X, Y, and Z. Oh, that was the craziest. But we made it happen. We got it together. He was fine. He had to have a seat. And we went over to the ceremony.
It kept moving. It definitely kept moving.
5 minutes, but that was wild.
Yeah. You know, I was so lucky to be sitting on the floor, like trying to get these shots, because the maid of honor's dress almost caught on fire. I moved the candle right before it caught on fire, because she was a nurse. Yeah.
That wedding is the reason why I have a new rule.
No candles?
No candles in the aisle. We're not doing that.
Because sometimes the dresses are so like big and flowy that
and you can't always control the width of the aisle. So we can do fake candles all day long.
And they look so real now. So
yes.
Yeah. But that was, man.
Water everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Wax. No.
It was nuts. Okay. So what has been your favorite wedding moment so far?
Okay. I think this is the same wedding.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do. It's hard to pick. I love it when a groom cries.
Oh, okay.
So every wedding that I've done where the groom cries, it's like, yes.
That's good, yeah.
Go around, get some good. But, okay, at the wedding that we did together, my favorite moment was in the dance room when the mother, son, and father daughter dances took place.
That gave me.
I cried.
Feels,
I was in my corner like, you better suck it up. You were a professional. But I was crying because I do a lot of events, and you see a lot of people get excited about a lot of things, right? but that family,
Yep.
you could feel the love in the room with that family.
Those are always the best.
And when you can feel the love, it's like, oh yes, this is where I want to be. This is why I do what I do. And these are the kind of people that I want to do it for.
Yeah.
So for that wedding specifically, I saw the love between these parents. And that's something that I did not have on my wedding day. So it gets me.
Yeah.
And then she used all my songs.
Oh, she
I was
did.
like,
Yes.
that's the song you use. So
Aw.
yeah, I'm an emotional person. That's why I'm in this field. And that wedding definitely gave me all the feels.
Oh no, that was a really good one. What we do is prior to the wedding, when we're in like the get together room, we interview the groom and we give it as a surprise to the bride and groom. A lot of our grooms sometimes are like nervous and they don't know what to say. When I say this guy had so much to say, it was just like, and it was so good. Like it was hard editing it because it was like, I love her, she's my best friend. Da 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 da. It was beautiful. It was like, oh, this is real. Like he really cares. So that was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, tell me what is one of your favorite wedding trends right now?
I love that people are breaking all of the traditional wedding rules. Like we got people who are saying that they're gonna have the girl stand behind the guy so that they can see the bride.
Okay.
I love that.
That's so cool.
I love
I
that.
never thought about that.
We have people putting the pastor, whoever's marrying them, in the center of the aisle
So
that
when
they
they
don't
do
have
the kiss,
Yes.
we can see them.
Yes, I love that, and I love the shape. So like when they do a round ceremony and do the ceremony in the center, and there's not a bad seat in the house.
Oh, that's so smart.
So I love that.
Yeah.
And lastly, I love taking the time to be separate from.
Yes, like the
The
first
excitement.
dates and all that, or after?
No, so I encourage during cocktail hour, right?
Okay.
After the pictures are done, send your bridal party into cocktail hour. Start the reception.
Oh, okay.
Have your dinner, your meal by yourself in a private space.
That's so good.
Breathe.
Yes.
Look at each other like, hey,
Because we didn't eat during our wedding.
we've been married for 2 hours and I ain't said a word to you yet.
Right?
Because we
Yes.
just.
Taking pictures with everybody. Yep.
So just to take that time separate from the excitement and just be like, this is me and you.
Yeah.
My husband had to do it today. He said, can you just be with me for a second because you're stressing about this person, that person, want to accommodate everyone. He was like, but
It's our day.
we are doing it.
This is
every
why I
day.
love elopements, because I feel like that's what that's all. Elopements are so special because it's legit just two people confessing their love for each other. It's so special. It's so
And
beautiful.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Elaborate, beautiful things are definitely worth getting excited about. But when we're talking about marriage, we're talking about some heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to get caught up
In the
in
look
what
of
it's
it all.
what it's supposed to look like. And this flower not being in bloom will ruin my day. And the dresses and the hues.
You're not gonna care a year later. I promise you. You're not. I mean, you might. Some folks might, but
Like I was stressing out over not putting my press on. I was like, oh my gosh, my nails, the picture. I'm not gonna care.
yeah.
I'm not gonna care.
You're gonna remember the day.
You gonna fix
We
it
gonna edit
anyway.
it, so you gonna be fine.
It gonna look great. So.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Guys, her energy is so good. And if you are like getting married for real, please reach out to, say your name the correct way.
Ariel.
Ariel, because
Yes.
reach out to her. She is Effortless Sentiments. Where can we find you on social media and all that?
You can find me on Instagram.
Okay.
It's Effortless Sentiments LLC.
Okay.
You can find me on Facebook. It's Ariel Klein.
Okay.
And I'm on TikTok too now.
Yes. Welcome, girl.
I
Welcome.
don't like it.
No, really?
No.
I love it actually.
But I'm learning.
Okay.
I have a girl who's doing my social media. She's teaching me like how to make reels and capture attention and stuff. And it gives me anxiety. But I am on TikTok. I'm the Effortless Planner.
Okay, the Effortless Planner. I'm gonna follow you once I get time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. So follow her. Okay.